Hello, welcome back to another vlog. So we're in the sunroom, which I never vlog in here. I don't know why, because it's really cute and cozy. So the sunroom is basically a solarium, so it has these curved windows. It has two windows that open, and behind me is a giant window, and it was built onto the exterior of the house, so this is the exterior wall. And it's really cool. It's the cat's favorite room, and I hung these lights on the ceiling, and it's really cozy. I love hanging out in here in the fall and kind of early winter when it's like a little cold, but like not really. So like between August and October is like the time to be in here because it's not super hot and it's just really cozy. It's like being outside without dealing with bugs, and I love it. So to kick off the vlog, I already have reading updates for you all, which is always good. So I just finished the audiobook of The Bronzed Beast by Roshani Chokshi, which is book 3 in the Gilded Wolf series. I truly was not expecting the ending of this book, and I really like that the ending, which I'm not going to spoil, but I do want to talk a little bit about, but it won't be spoilery, I promise. It goes into the future of the characters, and we get to see characters live so much longer than like you would normally get in like an ending. So we get to see them as like older adults, and some of the characters pass away from old age, and some characters who don't, and some characters come back in certain ways, and I was like, oh, it was just really sweet. I don't think I've ever read a YA series that actually gives you an ending for the characters, but like not like presently. It's like in the future, like we get to see them grow old and stuff. Like don't think I've ever read a YA series that's done that before, and I really enjoyed that. It was like really bittersweet and sad, but in a really good way. So I give this one 4 stars. This has been a consistent 4-star reading series for me. Truly enjoyed this one a lot. I would definitely recommend this series, even if you're not into YA. Like, I'm starting to really kind of grow out of YA and try to not read it too much just because I don't love it as much as I used to. I think this would be a really good older YA reader book series. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I finished it in August. And of course, I'm still reading Eldest. This book is probably going to take me a little bit into September as well, because this book is a chunk. And I realized today that I had this series backwards on my shelf. I had Inheritance as being the next book and Brizinger being the final book. But it's actually the other way around. And now that I think about it, I think I actually read Inheritance as the 3rd book and Brizinger as the 4th book when I was younger, which is interesting to me. I think I remember doing that, which is why I put them in that order, because that's how I thought they went. But no, if you look at the back of the book, it actually tells you like book 1 or book 2, and Inheritance is most certainly book 4. So I'm fairly sure I did that when I was younger, which really is funny to me. Anyways, I'm trying to read like 50 pages or so a day of this, and I did accomplish that today. So my section of this book is done. It's going well. I'm probably not going to update too much about this book unless there's something major I want to update on, just because it's basically going to be saying, I read 50 pages, I read 50 pages. Oh, guess what? I read 50 more pages. You know, that'll just get really boring and repetitive. And there's a very loud vehicle coming down the hill all of a sudden. So, thank you for that. Actually, that's the truck I followed the other day, and he was going so slow up the hill. I'm like, would you go? That's the same truck. I recognize it. Anyways, that was really chaotic. Anywho, I also have a new book that I started yesterday because I realized that the Impling Challenge, which is part of the Magical Readathon, the books that I had picked were books for my Autumn Equinox TBR, and I realized you couldn't do that. It had to be a different book. I'm like, oh. So I scoured my shelves, and I really wanted to find a single book that would tackle all of the prompts, because I really don't want to have to read a couple books to fulfill that. And I saw the Implings, and they are so freaking adorable. I need the scholarly one because that one is just the cutest of them all to me. So I found a book, and it's actually an ARC that I was sent and never read, so sorry. And that is Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall, which I do have on my Kindle, which obviously this is black and white, but it fulfills all of the prompts for the Impling Summoning Challenge, which is amazing. It has blue on the cover. It's over 400 pages. I did start it last night, and what are the other challenges? It has to have blue on the cover. I think I already said that. It does have blue on the cover. It does have a lot of turquoise, but if you look at the birds, they have some blue on them. There's other prompts that I'm not thinking. Oh, it's an author you've read from before. I have. I read several books from this author, and there was like a couple others that I'm not thinking of, but trust me, it fulfilled all of them. So I started this last night, and then I sampled the audiobook on Libro. I loved it, so I got the audiobook as well because I figured, well, I didn't pay for the ebook, so basically I'm just buying a copy of the book, but I was sent a free copy of the ebook, so you know what, it's fine. So I started this last night. I'm obsessed. It's sapphic fantasy romance and historical. And it's so good. It's so funny. It's so witty. The audiobook is so good. And I was just like giggling the whole time I was reading this book. It's just been so enjoyable. It's so much fun. So I'm loving this book a whole lot. I'm only like 10% into it, but I'm really enjoying it, and I cannot wait to read more of it tonight. So I will definitely be doing that. But as for next reading plans, I'm really in a horror mood, so I think I'm going to listen to Moon of the Crusted Snow as my next audiobook. So that book is super short. I imagine I could read through it super quickly, and then I will get started on some other audiobook that I need to get to for September. So yeah, that is the plan. So I'm going to maybe watch a movie. I'm kind of not in the mood to read at this very moment in time. One of the parts of the supplementary opportunities for the dragon riding thing is to read 2 books and watch a dragon movie. I kind of want to watch the Aragon movie, which I've heard nothing but terrible things about, but I own the DVD and I've never watched it. So maybe I'll watch it because I am rereading the series and I feel like that's only fitting. So I may make a little bowl of popcorn, and I'm really craving some chocolate milk, so I might do that and watch Aragon, and I'll let you know if it's good, if I end up watching it. So anywho, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Hope y'all are doing well, and we'll chat when there's more to chat about. What was that movie? I just watched Aragon, and wow, that was like the worst book to movie adaptation I have ever seen. That was so bad. The dialogue was awful. Like, obviously all movies are scripted. That's just obvious. Also, look at how adorable Margot is. We love her. Obviously all movies are scripted, but I hate when I can tell a movie's been scripted, because it was very obvious that they're just like reading lines. Like, they weren't trying to hide that fact in the slightest. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. I liked Saphira, like she looked pretty cool, although she looked more like a giant bird than a dragon to me, to be honest. Not really a fan of that. The plot, oh my gosh, talk about cutting out things. They cut out so much. Like, I get they can only put so much in a movie, but like, they cut out some good stuff that they should not. And they changed some things they really shouldn't have. That was annoying. And yeah, that was really bad. I can see why people don't like this movie. And like, it has a 16% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which just made me cackle. Reading all the reviews, they're hilarious. But then again, most of the people who watched this movie did not read the books. I've read the books many times, but I'm rereading them for the first time and like actually remembering things. And it's just, even having read the books, it's just a bad movie. It's so bad. I mean, it's like fine, but I mean, it's just poor execution. I don't even see Christopher Paolini as being a producer on this. Like, was he consulted? Because yikes. I really hope they do a redo of this. I know they're doing a redo of Percy Jackson, which very much needs to happen because that is another very cringy book to movie adaptation. So I'm looking forward to watching that and rereading that series as well. But anyways, I just wanted to share with you my thoughts. I couldn't stop laughing, like it was just so bad. And there was a part where like Saphira got hurt and I'm like, bro, we know she's fine. There's 4 more books. I mean, there's 3 more books. So like, come on. Come on. That was cheesy. Yeah, this movie's very cheesy. Also, Oh, look at Marco just being all cute back there. Anyway, that was just... wow, I wasn't expecting to be laughing. Like, that was a comedy, if anything, you know? So, anywho, I'm gonna go read and go to bed, but just wanted to share my thoughts. That was so bad. We're right back to our normal orange lighting. I don't know why the lamps in my house make me look so orange, but apologies. So, wanted to pop on here, give you all a reading update on my new audiobook, which is Moon of the Crested Snow. I'm really enjoying this. I'm only like 2 chapters into it, but I'm already feeling very unsettled and very intrigued about what's going to happen. So we're following a main character who is a father of 2 children, and he's married to his wife, and he has just gone out hunting and has shot and killed a giant moose, and we hear his process as he is processing the moose and getting it. My battery died as usual. So, like I was saying, we follow my character as he has killed a moose and he's processing it, and honestly that whole scene reminded me so much of me in elementary school when we would go on these school trips to go visit Alaska Native elders, and we would be taught some sort of craft and like beating something, and we would get to hear stories and like stories that have like a moral to them, or just stories of going out and hunting, and it really brought me back to that, especially with the narrator they picked for this book. His voice is just very soothing and reminds me of those Alaska Native elders, and it was just very nice to listen to, and I'm really quite enjoying this. So this has been really eerie so far. So now he has processed the moose, he brought it back home. The satellite tower on their house, like for satellite TV, is out, which is unusual, and he realized that his phone is not working, so the cell towers are down, and it is like winter time, but it's not like in the middle of winter, it sounds like. So it's interesting that these things are slowly going out. So I feel like something might have happened when he killed that moose. Like, I don't know, I just feel like things have changed since he's come back from that hunting trip, and I wonder if that's going to play a part in this story, but I'm quite enjoying it. This audiobook is quite short, it's like 3 hours long at 1.8 speed, so I think I could probably finish it in August, which was not my plan because I actually put this book on my September TBR, but I guess if I read it a little bit early, that's okay. I just was in the mood for something spooky and creepy, so I picked this up. And then also Mortal Follies, which I'm still reading, is so hilarious and fun. It's reminding me a little bit of like Bridgerton mixed with like really gorgeous, lush, like fairy world almost. So it's really fun. Like, you're getting like the politics and high society of Bridgerton mixed with some fantasy elements, and also there's like some romance and attraction between characters. It's a perfect blend of all those elements. I don't know why this book has such a low rating. People are saying it's really disappointing and they don't like it, and I'm like, I don't see how, because this book is great. I love Alexis Hall. I've loved all their books that I've read. I think what's really making me love it though is the audiobook. The narrator is doing an amazing job of having some like really hoity-toity voices for some of the characters, and also having the narrator of the story, who is like a fey creature or an impling of some sort, have a really mischievous voice and stuff, and really enjoy seeing all this drama unfold. And I feel like the audiobook is really doing a great job bringing the story to life, and I'm assuming a lot of those people did not read the audiobook. I feel like I'm just like an audiobook obsessed reader now. Like, if I can listen to an audiobook of something over reading it physically, I will. I don't know what changed, because when I was younger, that's all I did is read physically. But then again, I didn't really know that audiobooks existed, that they were a thing, until like high school. I got deep into audiobooks and I've never left. In fact, I've probably gotten deeper because now I have so many audiobook subscriptions, including the library, that I would consider that a subscription. But it's just taken over my reading, which I love. I love audiobooks, and I love that it's a way for readers to consume books, because it really allows me to explore books in a different format, obviously. So anywho, it's dinner time, so I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I hope to read more of Mortal Follies after dinner. My chores are basically done for today. It's Sunday, so I just have to put my clothes away from doing laundry, and I already meal prepped all my lunches for the week, which is amazing. I'm gonna start doing that every weekend because that is just so nice to cut that like 15 to 30 minute chore out of the way, that I just did it over the weekend, like massive meal prepping, and now I have lunches all week. And so by the time it's the evening, I don't have to do any chores. Like, I'll have worked out in the morning, which I have been sticking to, and it's been amazing. And then I just have to come home and I get to like relax, like maybe watch an episode of a TV show, read my book before bed. Like, I love it. I think we're starting to find that work-life balance just a little bit. Like, I still feel like I need an extra 2 hours out of my day outside of work to get more reading done, because I definitely don't read a whole lot during the weekday, but I'm trying to find more pockets of reading time, like reading on my lunch if my mom and I aren't doing anything, or obviously I listen to my audiobook all morning, so that's like an hour or two of reading. And then I'm gonna try to not force, but you know, make some more physical reading time in the evenings, and if I can do more meal prepping, I think that will really help. Anywho, I will chat with you all later. Look at this cute new shirt I got today. I'm obsessed with it. I think this is gonna be my outfit for work tomorrow. And look at how red my socks are. I don't want to take them off because, you know, it's cold, but this is gonna be my outfit for tomorrow for work, and I just love this new shirt. It's so cute. It's like a cropped button up, which like I'm obsessed with, and I got it on Torrid. They're having like a mega sale. This shirt was originally like $40, which is ridiculous, and I got it for like 10. And I also got all these necklaces, which I just love, so it was a good deal. But it's Monday. Monday's over with, and I think I'm getting sick. I think you can hear it in my voice. I definitely don't feel the greatest today. I just have like no energy, and everything was so much harder today than it needed to be, and I just feel kind of sick. Like my throat's kind of bugging me, and it's not great. So I'm not surprised, because like literally everybody in my office is sick right now. My parents are sick. I was bound to get sick. I did good. I was able to not get sick for like a week. So I mean, that's good, I guess. But now I'm gonna be sick for our little Valdez trip, which thankfully it's just Valdez. I mean, I'm excited to go, and like it's such a cool place, but it's not like we're traveling overseas or anything. It's just, you know, it's just a super long road trip, which is still exciting. I honestly plan on bringing a ton of books. Literally, that stack of books on my desk, I'm gonna bring all of those, which is ridiculous. I probably won't even read half of those, but I need options. So I'm basically bringing my entire September TBR and just gonna have at it. And probably just gonna read the whole way down and the whole way back. But I'm saying that now, I might just like watch movies. I don't know. But I just want to pop on here, show y'all my new shirt. And I'm gonna go get ready for bed and drink some more water because I need to stay hydrated. And I'll chat with you all when there's more to update on. Y'all will not believe the day I've had today. Oh my gosh. So it's like 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, which I normally don't get the chance to chat with you all on 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, but work was wild this morning. So I get there at like 7:50, you know, right on time. I got out of my car, and as soon as I set foot in the building, the fire alarm goes off, and I'm like, did I touch something? Like, I seriously thought I might have done something, because that was just quite the coincidence. And so I look at the security guard, because we have a security guard in our office. I'm like in our building, and I'm like, is that for real? Did that just like start happening? He's like, it did. I guess it's real. So we all go outside, and I found some of my coworkers, and we all went to our evacuation point and just stood there, hung out. The fire department came, and there was no fire, but there was an issue with like the building. There's some maintenance going on, and so I guess there's an issue with our fire alarm system, and it's registering stuff when it shouldn't. I don't know. I don't really understand the logistics, but basically there was no fire. It was just going off. So okay, we got the all clear at like 8 o'clock, so we all start tromping back in. Actually, it was like 8:15 that we got the all clear. So we start tromping back, and I literally just set foot in the building again, and it goes off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So we all file back outside, go back to our point, and it's probably like 8:30 at this point. And when they announced that it's a false alarm again, and thankfully the fire chief didn't get very far. Like, he was just about to leave and he circled back. He's like, oh, I'm back. So that got, like, we figured out what the issue was. So then we all went back to work, and I'm backup timekeeper for the next couple of days because our normal timekeeper person, she's gone on a trip, so I'm backup timekeeper. So I got to test my abilities as timekeeper to input everybody's punches, because everybody of course was there at like 8 o'clock, but we didn't get to clock in till like 8:30 or past that. So I changed everybody's times and it was all looking great, and the fire alarm did blip a few times. Like, it started to go off and then it stopped, started to go off and then it stopped. Like, it did that like all morning, and we kept getting like an intercom call. It's all good, it's all clear, it's not a fire, it's just the thing going off. So that was very distracting, but I just kept working. I got lots to do, so I was just doing my thing. And then my mom wanted to leave for lunch at 11:45, so I'm like, hey, cool, sounds good. And at like 10 o'clock, it started to smell real bad in there. Like, I thought somebody just was not feeling well, and it was like wafting through the office. I don't know, it smelled real bad. I'm like, this is not great. But you know, whatever. And so then we get an email to the entire building saying that the bathroom on the second floor has backed up and don't use it. And it was like, oh, okay, well, I don't work on the second floor, so that's fine by me, I guess. And then we get an email a little bit later saying that you can't use any of the bathrooms because they are all being affected by this. The only one backing up is the second floor one, but like, don't use any of them. So it's like, okay, that's not great either. So then I go to lunch with my mom, and I'm texting my coworker, my supervisor, and being like, you know, what's going on? And so she texts me that it's not official, people are being allowed to leave if they want to, but mainly people are staying if you don't want to use your leave. So I was planning on coming back and staying the rest of the day because like I can't use my leave right now in the next 2 weeks. I got 2 more weeks of my probation and then I could start using leave. But anyways, so I was like, well, I plan on coming back, and I told her that. And then we're going to the store, we're shopping, and then I get another text from a supervisor saying it's official, they're closing it. And I went and checked my email because I do have my work email on my phone, and I don't check it because like I don't check my emails at home, but it's nice to have it if I need to. So I went on there, and we did get a message from like the main person, and there was sewage leaking from the second floor to the first floor. I'm like, what? What? That's so gross. Like, those poor people, like that is disgusting. Like, I hope I didn't like get on anyone. Like, that's no, that is so gross. Just the smell was making me really nauseous. Like, I didn't love that we had to smell that for like 2 hours, but I was gonna go back. I mean, I can live with it. And so work has been canceled for the day, and I just got the text alert because we get these like alerts for everybody that you can sign up for if things are going on in our building and stuff. So it has been closed for the rest of the business day unless further notified. Normal hours will resume tomorrow. So as far as I know, I'll be going back tomorrow, but I am so excited to have 4 hours at home to do what I want. Like, I feel like I'm not fully prepared to go on this Valdez trip yet. Like, I haven't even started packing anything, which it's not a very long trip, but usually I'm gathering clothes and just kind of getting things in order and getting the house in order. Like, the house is just a mess, and I don't want it to be a mess when my cat sitter comes and takes care of everything. So I'm really grateful to have these like 4 hours that I would normally be at work to be here and get some things done. Plus, you know what that means? More reading time. So I do think I could finish my audiobook, which is Moon of the Crusted Snow. I'm really intrigued. I have like less than an hour left, so I think I'm gonna pop that on and do some chores. And then I do want to read my section of Eldest as well, and then read more of whatever the book's called, Mortal Follies. Yeah, I think that's the title. So those are my plans. Get some chores done, and then I'll reward myself with some reading. But I just wanted to share with you all my story time. Like, what a weird day. Like, not what I had expected today to go. I mean, I guess every day is kind of like that. You never know, but at least it's somewhat predictable. Today was just not at all predictable. So anyways, at least we do get admin leave, like when they do an operational closure like this, and we start the day, like we go in, we get clocked in, we start working, and then later they decide to close. We do still get paid for that, which is really nice. So I won't have to use leave, which I can't even use it anyway, but I'm sure there would be some sort of exception for that for employees like me who are new and can't use their leave. I'm sure there'd be some sort of exception, but since they did start the work day, we did go in, we were able to get admin leave for the next 4 hours, so at least that's nice. But anywho, I'm gonna go do my thing and just enjoy the next like 4 hours. I mean, obviously there's more hours to that for like the rest of the day, but I mean like the 4 hours that I'd be at work. Like, this is great. I also need to eat lunch because I didn't get a chance to do that, so that's on the list as well. But what a weird day. I don't know why this lighting has to look so atrociously yellow, but it's Thursday night. I have truly neglected this vlog this week. I've just been like mad dash packing and getting ready for our weekend trip. I just snuck up on me. Like, I've known about this trip for about 2 months and it's like only 4 days, not even, it's like 3. And I've just completely kind of been panicked about it the last couple of days. Just been like getting money for my cat sitter and packing a bag and finding a bag, because I've come to realize I don't own any duffel bags. But the previous owners of this house left everything besides their clothes and some precious possessions. They literally left all their furniture. So they left like all their camping gear. They were big hikers and campers and stuff. I actually went down there into like the utility room where they keep all their camping gear and was going through some stuff. It's like, it's technically mine now, but it just doesn't feel like it. So I was going through some of their stuff and I found this duffel bag, and it's my favorite color. It's purple. It's so nice. It's like in beautiful, perfect condition. So I'm using that as like my suitcase. Like, I would bring a suitcase, but we're gonna be in the motorhome, so it just doesn't seem worthwhile. But like, look how big this bag is. This is what I'm bringing for a 3-day vacation. The bag is huge. It's the only one I could find, and you know what? It'll work. And it holds all my stuff. Like, it holds everything, including the like 5 books that I'm bringing. I know it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna read them all, but I need options and I need choices. And I'm also bringing my Kindle, so I have my Kindle for choices and options as well. So anyways, I do have a reading update for you all, which I know is why y'all are here. I really need to like talk more about the books and talk less about the life stuff, which the weekly vlogs are definitely more lifestyle-y with books mentioned and stuff, but I'm trying to cut back on that. Like, I feel like I overshare a little in these vlogs, and we need to kind of focus on the books. So speaking of, let me grab the book I finished, which was Moon of the Crusted Snow by Wabgeshig Rice. I did listen to the audiobooks, so that was a very rough pronunciation, but I really enjoyed this book. It was very suspenseful and really kept me intrigued the entire time. So in this book, we follow our main character. I believe I've spoken about this book a little bit, but he is a father to 2 kids, and they live on this reservation, and he just killed a moose and has brought it back to his family for food and is processing it, and some things are happening. Like, there's no cell service anymore and the power has gone out, and these things do occur on the reservation, but it's not usually common, but like it can happen. And it goes on for a couple days, and then it turns into weeks, and then it's just, it won't come on, and people are getting really aggressive. And then this strange man shows up who's not part of the reservation and kind of asserts himself into a position of power. Like, he really puts himself above and beyond anyone and kind of forms a cult of some sort and is like killing people. Like, when he gets aggressive, he'll just like shoot and kill someone. Like, nope, you're done. And he's just like so against the ways of the people who live on this reservation, but yet he's intruding on their hospitality to stay with them because of the horrific things that are going on in the city that he came from. And it's just, wow, like, this book was really, really good, had such good societal insights, and was really a social horror book, I think is what I would classify it as. What is going on? Margot is attacking my bed. Are you having fun back there? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mama. Okay. Anyways, so this is very much like a social horror book, very much discussing the horrors of society and people, and it was just really, really good, really well done. I very much enjoyed the audiobook. I think I would recommend reading it via audiobook over physically if you can, because I just thought the experience was so good. And like I mentioned earlier in the vlog, it just felt like I was being told a story, like sitting by the fire and just hearing a really creepy story. And it was just so good, so good. I gave this one 4 stars. I truly love this so much, and I definitely want to read more by this author if they have anything else, because this was great. And then I haven't finished anything else, but I did start a new audiobook, which is the only one left, I believe it's called. It's the new Riley Sager book. I guess I had this on hold at the library for an audiobook. I don't remember doing that, but I've only read one other Riley Sager book, which is Home After Dark or something like that, and I didn't like it. So I'm hoping this one is better. I'm definitely way more hooked, especially because we're like in a creepy house, which I love creepy houses. So I'm really enjoying that aspect, and I think our main character is definitely pretty suspicious. Like, she just, I don't know, in like the first 12% that I've listened to this morning, I just feel like she's hiding something, there's something going on with her. And then our other characters that we are following are also quite peculiar. So I'm very interested in this one. It's going quite well, and it's just the perfect palate cleanser, because the next audiobook that I need to listen to is gonna be like 26 hours of listening. So it's nice to kind of get in a fun short read, and it's just perfect for the spooky mood that I'm in right now. So that's going well. And then I'm still reading Eldest, which is going well. I'm on page 400, I think, or 450, I think. So I should be able to finish that on the drive down tomorrow. So we're gonna be leaving after work, so I don't know how far we're gonna get. We're just gonna drive until we get tired, and then we'll drive the rest of the way in the morning. But it'll be fun. It's basically just a relaxing time in Valdez. We're not planning anything. There is a few things we'd like to do, like go to some of the antique stores. There is one used bookstore down there, so I would like to go to there. And there is one short hiking trail I'd like to go on. It's literally like half a mile. I don't even think you could call it a hiking trail, but it's in the midst of town, kind of. You like go up a small hill and then back down, but you get to see the entirety of Valdez, and I just think that would be beautiful. So I'd love to get out there, even though it's supposed to rain the entire time, which is just typical Valdez. So I'm just looking forward to just reading a ton, hanging out, kind of getting away, because like I mentioned, I have not been on a vacation in so long, so this is gonna be nice. It's only like 3 days, and it's more of like a getaway than a vacation. I don't even know if there's a difference, but it's more of just like getting out of the house and not working for 3 days. So we get Monday off, which is nice because it is the holiday, so that'll be awesome. But anyway, so, oh wait, I'm also reading Mortal Follies. I don't know why I keep forgetting about that book, because I'm obsessed with it. It is so good. It's so funny, and it's just pretentious, funny, magical, witty, LGBTQ+. Like, what else could you want This book has so low ratings. Like, that came out really weird. This book has such low ratings. It only has a 3.84 average star rating, which I just feel like is way too low for this book considering it came out in like June. So I'm obsessed with it though. Like, why are y'all giving this book like 2 and 3 stars? This is definitely like a 4 or 5 star read for me. I haven't had many 5-star reads this year, and I would love it if this book could be one because I truly do not have that many and I desperately would like some more. So anywho's, it's getting quite late. I should have been asleep like 30 minutes ago, but I just got caught up in getting the house prepped for my cat sitter to take care of things. I just feel very nervous about leaving the cats. Like, I know they're gonna be fine, and I did set up an indoor camera so I can watch them and talk to them through it, so I know they're gonna be fine. They're best friends. They're just gonna be sleeping, eating, and chasing each other around the house as usual. Just, I won't be here, but I am gonna put a sweatshirt that smells like me on the bed and stuff, and all their favorite toys are out. They got their favorite, I'm not gonna say the word because they're gonna think they're getting more, little num-nums, I guess I'll say. So I think they'll be just fine, and I hope the house behaves as well because I swear every time my parents leave something goes wrong. So hopefully the house behaves for the house sitter as well, and all my plants are taken care of because she was like, do I have to take care of any of the plants because I have over 50 plants. Like, it's an addiction. I said no, thankfully they will all be watered because I water like 1 room a day, so they are all watered. They're gonna be just fine. So at least she doesn't have to take care of that. But anywho, I really need to get ready for bed and finish packing a few little things. And then tomorrow I just need to pack my daily morning things that I use, put them in my bag, and I'll be done. And then I go to work tomorrow. It'll be like a normal day, hopefully. And then come home, hang out with the cats for a little bit, and then we're off. So I don't think I'm gonna have time to close out the vlog tomorrow, so I'm just gonna end it here. But I do also want to mention this vlog is probably gonna be coming out late because I'm not gonna bring my laptop with me. I kind of just want to take a break from editing, kind of just take a break from everything that I would be doing normally on the weekend, besides reading obviously. And I will just edit this vlog when I get back. I think that's what I'm gonna do, just to give myself a break. And I really don't want to haul my expensive laptop down there and have something happen to it, so I think it'll just be safer to leave it here and just kind of disconnect a little. It just sounds great. So I will edit this vlog when I get back, and we'll edit the travel vlog into next week's vlog, which, yeah, it's a whole thing. You'll see these videos as they come out, but just gonna say it's probably gonna be a little delayed. But anywho, if you made it this far into the video, comment some fire truck and like alarm emojis in honor of the very crazy day I had yesterday. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday. That was crazy. Like the fire department showing up at work, the fire alarm going off, the sewage leaking everywhere. Ugh, that was so gross. But they got it all cleaned up and fixed, and everything is just fine. Like, I walked in today and it was like nothing even happened. Not even a smell. Like it was like normal, which is great. Our facilities maintenance people were on it and they fixed everything, which was great. But anywho, I'm gonna quit talking and get ready for bed. So thank you all so very much for watching this vlog, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!